Welcome. My name is Amanda Main. I'm the International Student Specialist, and I'm here today with Dr. Gunelli, the Director of International Student Services at St. Charles Community College. Next page. 你好，我们很高兴认识你们。2014年，我在中国学习了一段时间的中文。我会说一点中文，但是不太好。现在我还在努力心理中。如果你想来美国学习，我们很欢迎你们来我们学校。我们的校园非常漂亮、安全，而且学费很便宜。另外，这个地区有许多著名的大学。如果你们需要转移到各个大学的话，我们希望您先考虑来这里学习。Next slide. And I will pass it over to Dr. Gunelli.
All right. Thank you for your very interesting beginning. So anyway, thank you very much. I'll just pass it over to Dr. Gunelli. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, great. Hi, I'm Dr. Virginia Ganaley, and I'm here to tell you about St. Charles Community College and the area. I'll start by explaining a little bit about St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Missouri has about 2.8 million people. We have over 18 universities in St. Louis alone. By starting with St. Charles Community College and then transferring to one of those universities, you have the same credits. In fact, you're admitted to some of the same universities at the same time that you're admitted to St. Charles, and you can save a great deal of money. Our tuition is $5,520 a year, whereas most of the universities' tuition for the same credits is $27,000 a year. So the history of St. Charles Community College, it was founded in 1986. We have on-campus housing. Our campus is beautiful. We have about 9,000 full-time students, 100 international students. Some are studying English. Some are in our honors program and in a degree program. We also offer study abroad programs, and we have made a concerted effort to internationalize our campus and our curriculum, which is not typical for community colleges in our region. Next slide, please. So Missouri is right in the middle of the United States, and this is a picture. The picture below is a picture of Main Street, which is in Cottleville, right behind St. Charles Community College. It's very clean and beautiful and green, and a lot of students go to Main Street. They bike or walk to hang out, have coffee, study after class or before class. Next slide, please. So we have two campuses, and our region is known for its parks, its biking trails. We have many multinational corporations headquartered in our region: Emerson, Boeing, MasterCard, Citi, Worldwide Technologies, SSM Healthcare, to give you an example of a few. Next slide, please. Here's some pictures of our campus. This is what you would see if you were walking back from Main Street or riding a bike back. Our housing is brand new, and they do have free bike rentals. The on-campus housing is beautiful. Next slide, please. This is a bike trail this is actually our campus, but the bike trail is connected to a trail that goes across the country. Next slide, please. Here's a depiction of our new on-campus housing. These are suites. Next slide, please. They are solar powered, fully furnished, and next slide, please. Thank you. And affordable. There's a gathering area for students. Wi-Fi is included, and the people who partner with us to offer the on-campus housing to the students are very kind and supportive. Next slide, please. These are just a few examples of the campus and the area. Great, thank you. So I'd like to talk to you about how we have prepared for you. And next slide, please. There are different areas of internationalization that make us and any institution who has made an effort to create an internationalized culture for their students ideal. First of all, is it part of the institution's mission? And it is part of our mission. We strive to create lifelong learning within a global society and to celebrate diversity and enrich the economic and cultural vitality of our region. Next slide, please. But it's not just what we say we do, it's what we do. Dr. Barbara Cavalier, the president of our institution, and Dave Leanhoutz, the vice president for student services, are both leaders who came from institutions with huge international enrollments in Texas. Mr. Leanhoutz is from an institution that had the largest international student enrollment in the United States, and then Dr. Barbara Cavalier is also from institutions in Texas and California that had significant international student enrollments. For that reason, they sought me out to lead the international programming at St. Charles Community College because I have a background in internationalization and they knew what it looked like. And they wanted to support our students to the best that we can. Next slide, please. So in addition to leadership, St. Charles Community College has transfer agreements. These are just some of the universities. Our agreements extend across the region and the country. So students can transfer to Lindenwood, to Washington University, to University of Missouri, either Columbia or St. Louis, to Missouri University of Science and Technology, any of these universities. Plus, we have universities that aren't on this list. Next slide, please. And to also create internationalization, the college has created outbound programs, study abroad programs all over the world. We have 2 full semester, full credit partnerships, one to Canterbury Christ Church University and one to IT Carlow in Carlow, just outside of Dublin, Ireland. We have dozens more of short ones in partnership with CIS once we are able to travel again. We also are very conscious about diverse recruitment. So we recruit international students from all over the country. We want all over the world, sorry. We want our students to be in diverse environments. We want our students at St. Charles Community College in Cottleville to be in diverse environments. And we want our students who are at universities around the world to be in diverse environments, to prepare them to work in a diverse workforce. Next slide, please. We're very careful about who we partner with. We seek diverse recruitment by affiliating with reputable partners. And also we have an International Student Services Department on campus. The International Student Services Department offers students student mentors. As soon as you arrive to St. Charles Community College, you'll be introduced to a student mentor who will help you adjust. We have an alumni association. The International Student Services Office also helps students find campus jobs, and also, once you're ready, OPT and CPT. We provide our international students with advising. They are advised through our office and not the main advising office because we have specialist, international student specialist. And we also help students find the right student clubs and activities. And these clubs, you know, we have dozens and dozens of student clubs. We also help them with arranging their housing and insurance, and we connect them to community mentors in the region if they wish to be connected to mentors who are in their discipline. For example, if you're studying marketing, some professional in marketing. And we also help our students gain scholarships. And international students are eligible for scholarships, and we do have international student scholarships for current students. Next slide, please. So we have conditional guaranteed admission when you're admitted to St. Charles Community College. You're also guaranteed admission to the University of Missouri, St. Louis, University of Missouri, Columbia, Lindenwood, Missouri State University, Fontbonne, and Missouri Valley Universities. So you finish with us, and then you go to them. Usually those students who are making good grades, they are guaranteed admission to us, and then they end up going to these universities and gaining scholarships or some kind of support. We offer degree programs for transfer in business, cybersecurity, networking, nursing, engineering, biology, chemistry, education. We have dozens of programs, just to name a few. We also offer diversity certificates of specialization and global studies certificates, which is another example of how we are seeking to internationalize our culture at the institution. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Well, while I'm waiting for the next slide, I can just say that, again, the admissions procedure is fairly simple. You have to have graduated from high school. You don't have to have great grades. You need to have graduated. And then if you speak English, and we accept IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, Duolingo, Pearson. So we accept those scores, and if your score is low, then you go into the pathway program. And if your score is a 79 on the TOEFL or equivalent, then you test out of ESL and go straight into a degree program. To apply, can we get it to the next slide?
I think, unfortunately, that's all the slide we got here. So this is the last preview.
Okay, that's fine.
This is the last page. So I think there's some misunderstanding between us. So can you probably just like trying to introduce the admission process, you know, like out of the PowerPoint, and trying to let the student or our applicants know about it?
Yeah, sure. So we're also on a rolling timeline. So even though it's not on the slide, I'll tell you, you always start. It's okay that it's fine, because this tells you everything you need to know anyway. You always start with applying online. So when you apply at the link provided on the slide, I receive your application, and someone from my office will immediately contact you for next steps. So again, you don't need English proficiency, but you are also able to test out of English. You apply there, and you can contact me, Amanda, or Crystal, who's not on the slide here, in the International Student Office in this way.
All right. Thank you for sharing this information about this amazing St. Charles Community College. So in the chat box, we got a few questions from there. And the very first question from Sunny is, what actions do you guys take to help international students to deal with COVID-19?
Well, that's a great question. So we do offer on-campus classes, but they are distanced and they are small. They're in these huge rooms. They're spread out, and there are only about 7 to 10 students in the huge spread out room. And then the other portion of the class is looking at the same lesson live at home remotely. So that's how we've handled that. And students do have the option to take the remote classes right now, but most of them would like to be on campus a little bit. There are people that take your temperature before you are able to get into the building, and you answer the questions that they ask. And then also, our students have wonderful health care. The International Student Insurance covers everything that they would need were they to get sick. And then I call and check on my students. I know that's maybe a little bit grassroots, but Amanda, Crystal, and I mean, I've talked to every one of them at some point, and I have town hall meetings with my international students, so we get together very often, especially now. There's a lot of change and it can be difficult and scary. So we get on Zoom and have town hall meetings together about twice a month. But my students, I will tell you, they'll call my cell phone. They know my cell phone number if they need anything. And I know their family members. We celebrate their birthdays and their holidays with them. So that's how we take care of our students. We take care of our students by getting to know them and having and knowing when there's something going on. So I hope that answered your question about that.
Right. That totally like covers about like students' physical and psychological life as well. And that's very lovely to hear it. So regarding of the time limits, so I'm afraid like today's interview or like today's like sharing will be like ended in now. But like if anyone like who's like interested into applying for the St. Charles Community College, feel free to scan for Dr. Virginia's WeChat as well.
And Virginia Ganaley. Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And thank you very much, and have a good day and stay safe. All right. Thank you.
You do the same. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.